So January 1st, 2025, I decided to fund a Moomoo account with $100 to prove to you it's not about how much money you have in your account. You could have a billion, a million, $1 trillion, but without a good strategy, it's worthless. So we are going to be doing an update on this $100 swing trading challenge. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. And if you guys are watching this video and you're like, who is this random guy? My name is Carter. I am a full-time 7-year full-time trader in the stock market. And what I focus on is day trading and swing trading. Over the past couple of weeks, we really have been going, head over heels for day trading just because honestly, holding positions overnight with all the tariff announcements, with all that stuff is risky. So to minimize risk, one of the things that we've done is day trading a little bit more. But this trade that we're going to be kind of talking about today is 100% a swing trade. We're going to be showing you guys our full strategy breakdown, how much money we made, loss, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe, and if you guys want to learn more about trading, check out our school called the Swing Trading Masterclass, and let's jump into this here. So our total account balance is sitting near and around $211, guys. This past week here, we made about 6%, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's a profit of about $12. And I know $12 isn't much, right? It's not enough to buy lunch nowadays. But the thing about trading is a lot of it is just percentages. That's all you got to focus on. And this is why traders fail, in my opinion. They don't understand the game. They don't understand that if you make 3% per month, you're in the top 5% of all traders in the entire world. So this past week here, we made 6%. It was only $12, but I'll take that any day of the week. So let's jump into the trade that we took. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below and let's go. All right, so the stock here was on ticker symbol SO. SO here is a beautiful stock, and one of the reasons and the first thing I look for when establishing should I buy a stock is trends. You guys can see we have a good upward trend, right? That's all we look for. That's the first thing. That's the first thing on our checklist. Now, the reason why is because a lot of traders, and especially when I first started, you'll find a stock on a downward trend and you'll enter and you'll have a very, very cheap price. But what a lot of people don't realize is a stock that went from $100 to $5, that $5 can go $5 to $1, right? Sell-off continues. Sell-off can always continue unless that stock is literally at $0, which will never happen. So you guys can see here, the next thing that I look for is support, right? Support could be a variety of things. It could be a trend line support like this, where it hits it, and we have a lot of buying pressure on this red line, hits it, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then recently sold off down to that level. Another support I look for is moving average lines. You guys can see it has heavy support here on that 200-day EMA line, which is a really hard support for a stock. So you can see in the past, it hits it, we have buying pressure. So then recently, the stock sold off down to that level, actually below it a little bit at about $82. Now, after we know the support, so we have the 200-day moving average lines, we have a trend line. The more supports you have, the better off you're going to be. After that, we look for the RSI, which is another technical indicator. And at the time here, let's go ahead and draw this out. The RSI was trading near and around at 27, right? The last time it was trading for 27 was all the way back in here, in this range where we had good buying pressure, okay? So one of the things that I think is important with trading is to always look back at previous history, because history tends to repeat itself. So after this here, what I do is I go to look at some sort of lower time frame. I'll of course draw out, the general supports and also resistance for profit. So one of the resistance we saw was in this pretty much this range here. You guys can see that it just has a bunch of, sell off here. So it hits it, we have sell off, hits it, sell off, hits it, sell off. So ideally here, you could enter right on that 200-day moving average line, keep your stop relatively tight for a push up here, which is about a 3-to-1 risk and reward, which is really nice. But we went to the lower time frame here and we saw this general downward trend, right? Where it was pretty much hitting this line and we just had a lot of sell off. So we threw an alert above it. When the stock popped up above it, that was our entry point. So let's go ahead and draw this out a little bit better. So entering on that breakout, keeping our stop loss near and around that low at about 82.39 for a possible push up to highs at about 91, right? So that's a 3-to-1 risk and reward there. So now here the trend line continued. The stock rallied its way up. You can see these dips down in here. Don't pay attention to that because that's pre-market and after hours. One of the things you can do is just disable those so you can see it a lot better like this here. So you can see where it was just riding that trend going up. The second it sold off below that trend was our exit at about $90. So yes, we did not buy on the peak bottom nor sell at the peak top. But what we did is enter on confirmation, have good risk management, understand the position, stop loss, and all of that on its way up, continue to do a trailing stop. When the stock sold off down below it, we exited the trade. And that's exactly what we want to do, right? It's just all about good risk management. It's all about good entry points and understanding your approach. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. But as of right now, $211 is sitting in our account, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and take care.